Day 2 of the Freedom Tour. Wearing my Seahawks. Girlfriend gave me this shirt. It's a very nice shirt. It's very, very silky. Seattle mug. I don't have a Seattle hat. I had a Seattle hat. Shouldn't say that. I had a classic color one. I don't know where it went. It wasn't a great hat either. It wasn't it didn't feel good on the head. How's everyone doing? Day 3 of the Wukong clan. Let's grab that. Day 3 got some stuff. 4 new champions released. When did that happen? When did I miss something? Did they just add champion? It's like, hey, I think that's old, right? That's an old, because I've hit this. Yeah, okay. August 3rd. We're getting caught up on the news, apparently. Call the Arbiter. I kind of figured it out last night. I believe I can still get the boots, but it's locked. I think someone said that. Yeah, I didn't do anything. I am so tired, first off. I stayed up till the wee hours of the morn playing Starfield. It is such... So if you're not a fan of the whole Elder Scrolls series, just isn't your thing, especially the newer ones, when Bethesda kind of, like the style of it, right? Skyrim. Even Oblivion kind of felt a bit like that. It's a little different, but if you're not a fan of Fallout 4's style, which is making, their goal was to make a more accessible RPG. And they did that. One of my best friends, this guy gave me the hat. He played Skyrim. That was the first foray. No, I've played since Daggerfall. Which is weird. That's the second one. I never played the first one. I don't know. But I've played since Daggerfall, Morrowind, Oblivion. I'm missing one in there. There's one after Daggerfall. It's escaping me. And of course, Skyrim. He played it a ton. He got into it because it was more accessible. So I followed. It was more accessible. Less catering to the hardcore fan of it. But the point being, this has fine-tuned that. Oh my god. And if you're a PC Magazine and you give it a 70, you have to feel like an idiot. Yeah, you look like an idiot. Starfield, in my opinion, is... And it's not a perfect game. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be. Mass Effect 2 wasn't a perfect game. Red Dead Redemption 2 wasn't a perfect game. But... And the music's too loud, I can tell already. But if you encapsulate everything, if you put it all together, the most important thing about a game is, do you want to play it? Do you want to play it? And Starfield has that in spades. So did Red Dead Redemption 2. So did the first one, frankly. So did Mass Effect 2. You want to play it, and this is in that ilk. And that's more important. I'm going to click that every time. Get rid of the dots. I hate dots. Oh, special void pack. No, thank you. Can you imagine? Could you imagine? All right. So here we are. We're still trudging along. I don't think we have anything. I didn't really play it much after yesterday's, so we're just gonna keep trudging along here. And go fight the high elves. We're just gonna throw. We'll go back and 3-star it later. Oh, Raid Shadow Legends just crashed. That's nice. Congratulations, everyone. They may have mythical ideas. Can we? Okay, I've been avoiding it intentionally. Oh, July 25th. We're going backwards. We're going backwards in the news. What is even going on? Why are we going backwards in the news? Alright, let's try this again. There you go. Oh, I need to get rid of the camera shaky. Oh, maybe I don't. It looks like they're not doing it. Mythical Champions. Shall we talk about it? Shall we have a wee discussion about Mythical Champions? I mean, frankly, looks cool. Be a real fun addition to the game. But we all know what it really means. The Prism Shard, or no, not the Prism Shard, that's already, whatever the shard is. I don't even know if they gave it a new name. The Blood, I'm going to call it the Blood Shard. Because they're trying to draw, they're trying to take my money like they're drawing blood from a stone. It's looks cool. Looks fun. Will be so woefully over monetized. Wouldn't it be nice if they took something this substantial and went, and it's free to play? So yeah, you could spend all the money. You could have a +4 6-star blessed Taurus and Marichka combo, both 6-star, both +4. 2 Tauruses, well, I guess for live arena late, it wouldn't matter, but you know what I mean? You could have all that. And that could, the great equalizer for the free to play, for the low spend, would be a Mythical Champion. And I watched Scratch and Cold Brew. They did a video, and Scratch had a good idea. You could tie that to upper levels of Faction Wars. And if you go, because eventually there's the 5 to start, but eventually every faction will have one. And you just add levels. You add a nightmare level of, or hard mode, or whatever you want to call it, of Faction Wars, and that's how you attain the champion when you finish that. And then that's how you know, by farming the upper tiers, that's how you get the resources needed, because apparently there's mythical blessings, that's a separate thing, and mythical tomes, which are a separate thing. And sorry, give me a second here. Give me a second. Love you, babe. I'm on like 5 hours sleep. You know why. It's not that. It's because I was playing Starfield. Good morning. Kiss, heart. Need lots of coffee. Oh, stop it. My thumbs are too big for... There we go. Sorry. What were we talking about? Wouldn't it be nice, you know, mythical, get that? Wouldn't that be cool if all that could, you know, there's... How much do you think it's going to cost? And those new shards, you'll be able to pull rare through mythical off of. So... I just can't see there being a good end to this. Which is the whole... That's their MO. Everything... I'm going to say this. There's a few... With a few asterisks. But for the most part, what Plarium chooses to do, the style, the design, some of it's blatantly copied from other games, but that's what they do. That's what the whole genre does. That's what Fateless is going to do. They're just going to take designs and improve them, and then come up with a few new ideas where they can. You're limited by mobile phone, right? But then they monetize it. Then they analytic it, and that's when it becomes... And I guess, like, again, I said this in the other videos, like, oh, they're the ones making all the money, so maybe they're right and I'm wrong. But I just feel like this game could have 3 times the lifespan if they didn't do that. And sure, they would make 30% less money, because some whales will just whale. They don't care if the game's good. So they would make less money, but ultimately they'd make it for a longer period of time. Like, Amanda, you're funny. You're cute. I love you. So, you know, think of all the things that they put in this game that if they would have implemented differently, that people, like Void Shard. What if there was a count, like I think I said this in one of my old videos, is that this has got to stop. It was like my precursor to what happened now. Oh, the poor princess has died. She was not a doc. She was a good girl, and then she was corrupted. Even this is actually, their storylines actually gets kind of crapped on, but it's not that bad. Like, they have a little campaign story. It's pretty good. Sorry, I'm all over the place. More than normal because I'm so tired. Like, everything they've done, right? I think of Faction Wars. Faction Wars was such a strong implementation. Now, they overtuned it at the beginning, and then they fixed it. But the reason why I say it was such a strong implementation is because everyone could do it. It was not easy. Look, Odd One's has just about finished it. Right? I think I just watched this morning. All he's got left. He opened up a bunch of shards and didn't get what he wanted. We're gonna have to do something here. This was a defeat. All right. Nope. No selly. So, what do we got? What can we can ascend another point? That's good. Can we ascend another point? Nope. Okay. Because that gives me a better bomb. Faction Wars, they legitimately created a strong and viable system. Overtuned it at first, backed off eventually, but it's time, not resource. You can choose to do it or not. It helps improve your champions over time, but it's not mission critical. You can play. You could never do a Faction Wars thing, and you could still play the game. But why would you? Because it gives you good things. It gives you what you kind of need and want in the moment. And I think we're just going to keep going. I think we're taking this 16. That's what you want. Like, that's the systems they could build. But since Faction Wars, and if you remember, there was a long pause. Since Faction Wars, and maybe arguably Doom Tower, because Doom Tower is same sort of thing. You build up your champions to the point where you can eventually get through it, It doesn't require some special extra resources, but it does. But not in a way that's like shady. It requires extra resources in that you'll have to upgrade your gear and you'll have to swap gear in and out sometimes to get through the secret rooms. And they screwed up the secret rooms in that they certainly didn't give a lot of credence or thought to. I need a better helmet. Do I even need that helmet? That does give me double attack. So, I don't know. I'm all over the place. I'm sorry I'm all over the place. I don't mean to be. What is this one? Oh, that's got the double crit rate. So we don't want to get rid of that. That's way better. What's this one? Double attack. This would have a crit rate, but I still think... I still think that's fine. Maybe I should give him the boots. No, I would need him to be faster anyway. So, but not everything has to be monetized. But then they did like Iron Twins, and you have to use energy as well, and the Shogun, and then the everything since has been so monetized, and it's like, why? What are you afraid of about making something accessible that will still make you money? Because people will still spend the resources, right? I don't want to keep going on. Look, the mythical things for spenders, it's going to be spendy. The doom and gloom is that it might signal the beginning of the end of this game if it's too monetized. Like, they really have an opportunity here. Oh, I gotta be 4-star. Okay, that's fine. Why don't I just make him 4-star? Like, how do I have a barrel already? I can't even upgrade him because I haven't upgraded any champions. So that was pointless. Okay, that's fine. I don't even remember how to make food in the early days. Did I get energy? Yeah, boy. Probably have... Equip a sport champion with 4 life artifacts. Yeah, I can do that too. Oh. He's got to probably be leveled up. I don't know. I know I'm all over the place, so it must be hard for you guys. If any of you have ADHD and you're watching me go full, I feel bad for you. Look, we're just gonna plug along. This is the Freedom Tour. We are not the mythical gear is a problem for another person, not I. By the way, I realized that I can't just leave my main account and still be a part of my clan. So I'm trying to kind of, I guess the best way to put it is prep it. So I got to get my 3v3 team, because obviously I dropped all my defense, and now so I need to get that back up to where it's safe. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to keep my defense in. I can do 10 battles a week. So my plan on the main account is just do daily clan boss, which with the insta key is minutes, and then do weekly Hydra still, which again, it takes time, but I can dedicate a day and just knock it off. I'm not going to min-max it, sorry to the clan, but whatever I get. I'm not going to keep running keys and try to, right, for this Clash of Clans, Hydra Clash, whatever it is. I'll get my minimum in CVC, so that's every second week. I think those are the only things that I must do to make sure that I'm good to the clan. I'll log in every day, obviously. But yeah, just run my keys in the clan boss, Hydra boss. I am doing the Doom Tower hard this month. As I find it's very important because of Faye. So, I mean, it still doesn't hurt to have that gear, right? Those resources. I won't go into the forge, but at least it's there. So 3 months from now, 6 months, 2 days from now, no, it's not gonna be that quick. If I want to go back to playing that account, if I feel I can jump on the account without feeling the need to keep up and just to have fun within its means on that account, then I can do that. So that's why I'm even keeping up with it, is just to be at that point. Plus, I think stockpiling all those resources will actually be pretty helpful for some kind of content, right? And I'm still gonna build, and I built them probably Sundays. So I still have to be on there, but I'm not doing all the dailies. I'm just doing the kind of the bare minimum. Ooh. First ancient shard. We gotta beat a campaign boss 2 more times. I feel like maybe we should bring in a couple of food in here. Oh, I guess wagon wheel is I guess he'd be food too, but what I think I'll do is I'll jump over to the potion dungeons. I should push them all. They're only open for a week, so I need to make sure I push them all to a certain level when they're all open, and get some depth in that. I'll get him to 3-star. I'll get both. I can get Deacon there too, I think, to 3-star. Or maybe even 4 if I can get Deacon there. And that should open up some, because that'll be his AoE is more powerful at his 3rd ascension. And then yeah, I mean, really, we're just pushing campaign. I seem to recall I don't touch dungeons until like I get to brutal campaign. I feel like that's a thing. Is that a thing? That feels like a thing. Wait, does Deacon start by boosting, but because he doesn't get the extra turn? Oh, no, he doesn't. Okay. Yeah, I just keep going through my head what all I have to do. And it's been so long that I don't even know what all I have to do. Like, I can't even, in my head, I guess I did, like, right now, the only thing I do is campaign. But, like, the order of events, when the timings, I guess, is better. Oh, I'm so jealous. Look at you with an early stag. Very impressive. Very, very bougie. Yeah, like, the order of events here seems to be... The timing, I keep saying order of events. The timing of events seems to be a bit of a loss for me. But I know to just keep going, just keep hitting these. Just use up all your arena tokens. If you don't win, move on to the next. But you don't leave arena tokens to spare. Can't take them with you when you die, you know what I mean? What are your guys' thoughts? Let me know in the comments down below. What do you think of the Mythic? I feel like this is a hot button topic, and I'm pretty sure you're all going to be in the same boat that it's going to ruin the game. It has so much potential to not ruin the game that it's almost frustrating. Not almost, it is frustrating. It's so much potential. It sounds so good. Sounds so good, you know? A new champion that morphs, got a bigger skill set. The skills are absolutely obscene. There's only 5 of them. If you could grind your way to that, and it was all about your willingness to do that, to put in the time, because let's face it, the time sink of this game isn't the time it takes to play the game. It's the time it takes to play boring, repetitive, not what we want to play part of the game. If the content is cool and exciting and fun, I think a lot of people are willing to put in the time. Yeah, we can't beat this one. This too. Oh, if she only had a heal there. I feel like I had a chance. Yeah, that's not gonna work. But they're not gonna do that. They're you know what they're gonna do. They're gonna monetize it. And man, if they did that, you know how much goodwill. Do you know how many people would stop and go, hold on? Maybe I will come back. Maybe I will. They finally put in an equalizing mechanic that'll allow me to catch up. Instead of feeling like if you don't have Taurus and Marichka, you're wasting your time. As a free-to-play, as a low spend, or whatever, right? Or a mid-spend, or a high spend. And I think that's the biggest kicker. Isn't the fact that as a low spend or a free-to-play, I think a free-to-play, which is why I'm doing this, I think as a free-to-play, you don't even think about it. You know you're not going to compete at the highest level. You can eventually, with the right luck, champs, effort, focus. Shinny is a perfect example. Man, that guy's creating memories, creating dreams with what he can do from a not a free to play account, but in the grand scheme of things, spent a little bit, then said this is silly and stopped spending. And just by kind of focusing and hyper focusing on what matters, and with a little bit of luck, the dude got some great champions, got some blessings on those champions. But just if like most free to play don't have that hope, and I feel like that's the rub, is that you need the hope from a whale. Like, I spent a lot of money and I didn't have any hope, and that's where it's crazy. Because then, can you imagine if you've spent no money on this game, or you spent $10 a month, $20 a month? It's a little here and there's. I think that's all I needed was the one. And then you win the lottery. Not a big amount, but you're good now. And you think, you know what? I'm gonna up my spend. I'm gonna put a little bit more money into some pleasure activities. And you like Raid Shadow Legends, so you say, okay, I'm going to spend money on Raid Shadow Legends. I'm going to enjoy myself with Raid. Let's do this. And you just find out, much to your chagrin, that you don't have enough money. I mean, unless you have unlimited, right? There's certain ways you can just buy infinitely. Buy gem packs off the shop, the expensive price ones. But can you imagine if you were like Crown Prince, day one playing this game, and realizing that even if you bought every pack for the next month, you wouldn't catch up? Like, that just seems weird. It seems crazy to me that they're still trying to cater to a group of people who are, no, if you're a whale, I don't mean any offense by this, but you're a virus. in games. You come in, you consume, you move on, right? You're consuming the content at a higher rate than everyone else, and you're moving on. And that's fine. If you have the money, by all means, I'm not browbeating anyone with their money. People comment on my channel all the time when I mention how much I had spent on my main account, and they say, how could you? That's a house payment. That's a car payment. Well, I have a house. I have a car. They're both paid off. It wasn't about that. It was looking back and going, there was no win for me. That's what it was to me. That was the part that sunk in for me. There was no win condition for me because I didn't have $100,000 to spend on this game. And I suppose I suppose you could get lucky. I suppose you could get, if I would have pulled a Marichka and Taurus on one of my back-to-back void pulls or something, then maybe it would have been a different story. And I actually now, day 2, I'm thankful I didn't get that. Because now the mythical champions will be the thing. And if I would have what if I would have pulled Taurus and Marichka and got 5-star blessings on both of them last weekend or 2 weekends? When was the 10x for them? What if I would have pulled them? Then what would have happened? Then I would have been so giddy, and I've been like renewed passion, playing live arena, winning. Probably not winning all the time because there's still. I've seen the gear that some players have that is just not my gear. I have a lot of good gear and not a lot of great gear, to be frank. I have one well-built champion. I don't have any champions that sit above 7k 300. No, that's not true. I have a few, but I don't have a lot of champion. I don't have 8k 300. I don't have 350. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? So, and then mythical comes in, and a month later or less, I'm like, what just happened? I'm back on the out. I'm out looking in. And that's how this game works. No matter how you get the good champ, you're still on the out looking in. And so I love this because there's no expectation in a free-to-play. There's no expectation on this account. I am fighting myself and the base systems of the game, and that's how it should be. And I like it. And I hope it stays like that. And if it doesn't, then maybe it's time to move on. But I think this is going to be really renewed because it's going to be fun. I'm going to try different things. I'm not putting any stipulations. I did say that I'll probably only build the champions that you get free to start with. That's because those champions are usable. Those champions are arguably some of the best core epics, and when you get the legendary, like I'll have Wukong. Sun Wukong, I'll have him on my account in 3 days. That's a big deal. Let's see how far we can go here. That's a big deal for an account, So, yeah, I think I'm gonna have fun with this game. What's gonna be exciting to me is when I get past this part is whatever. It's there's the excitement in knowing the future, but this in itself isn't fun. The campaign's not fun, and the old me, the last time I did a free play account, I did this in a few days. Like, I just grind for hours. I'm not going to do that here. You're going to be on the journey with me. I will play a tiny bit outside of it, but I really don't want to. I really want to make sure that this is part of the channel, and part of this is just chatting away and playing some raid. And but I am looking forward to seeing those first pulls, and instead of being upset because I didn't get Champion A, going, how do I make this work? And I think part of what inspired this is that playing my girlfriend's account, helping her with, we had to get creative a couple times. And there are certain areas where we still don't have the champions, right? Believe it or not, her spider team could probably go to 25 already, but her dragon team is pretty slow at 20. It just isn't really zippy, right? Because we're missing the champions to make that happen. Now we just got Seer, so there might be some opportunity there, but you know, we were using a Kemptum in Clan Boss because his speed aura gave us a 2-key unkillable Ultra Nightmare team because we have Demetha. And the gear on it is not great right now, but just the fact that you could do that and finding different ways through, that's exciting. That's the fun part. So I'm really looking forward to that. The part I don't look forward to, the part that does still frustrate me, and it's going to frustrate me, I'm sure, with this as much as it's going to frustrate me with the pay account, is the paywall behind character progression. It's not the shards that frustrate me, it's the books. And you know, Deacon needs to be booked, and how long it takes to get those epic books and that sort of thing. That's not, oops, I don't want to do that. That's the part that I think will probably get me. Anyway, looking forward to it. Looking forward to the journey with you. That is the end of this episode. I know there wasn't much going on, unfortunately, and maybe it is a long weekend, Labor Day weekend, so maybe I will push through a couple of these base systems after the end of this. I'm gonna play a little Starfield. I didn't stream today because on the other account you have to request the ability to live stream. I never had to on my other one, but that's probably because I was already monetized and stuff. So this one I had to request it. I had to wait 24 hours. So I thought, well, I could just stream on this channel, but I didn't want to stream Starfield in this channel. I didn't want to do a full raid stream. I felt like that was too much for me. Though we will go back to raid streaming, I promise you. We will go back to free-to-play streaming, but I don't want to stream. Okay, so here's my thought, which is why I'm streaming Starfield right now on the other channel. It's because Starfield's fun, it's engaging, I like it. It'll give me a chance to, for those of you who want to follow me and just chill with me, thank you. When we come back to this streaming, I want this account to be at the point where we're progressing in areas, not just running campaign. Like, all I need to do for the next 3 hours is run campaign. I want to be streaming live with you when we figure out how to beat faction wars, when we figure out how to progress in Doom Tower or Clan Boss, because then that's where the mind comes in. That's where we can all have ideas and share ideas, so that'll be fun. So I just wanted to mention that because I didn't want you guys to think that raid streaming's done. It's just I want this account to get to where a 3-hour stream or a 2.5-hour stream would be productive, would have interesting different pieces within the raid world. So we will stream raid again, do not worry. But Starfield is an amazing game. I'm gonna be playing it like a mofo, so I really wanted to get that. Like, let's just pump something in the meantime for the lives. But yeah, so tomorrow is Sunday. There will be no free. Actually, I take that back. There might be another Freedom Tour tomorrow. But definitely there will be a stream Starfield tomorrow, and I am venturing to attempt Waragrim for I built them so you don't have to. So that's the plan for tomorrow. Monday I will stream Starfield. I will have the free to Mad. I might push. So I always started at 9 a.m. on the live stream because of Live Arena, so I could start with Live Arena. That obviously isn't a thing right now, so maybe I'll start my live streams at 10 so I can record this from 9 to 10. That might be, which is what I'm doing right now, so that might be a good thing. So anyway, gosh, we're at 40 minutes. Let's just say I'm going to make these no more than 40 minutes because I can't seem to do 30 minutes. All right. I hope you all have a mythically wonderful day. And I'll tell you right thing, the only thing mythical here is my winning charm and personality. I was going to say... thank you for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. Freedom Tour out. I need an outro. Let me know the outro. We're keeping Freedom Tour. I need an outro. Like, be kind, be safe. See you in the next video. It's 20. We need a new one. We need something new. Free to be you. From madness to free sanity. I don't know. Let me know in the comments down below. Peace.